Hey, hi guys, good morning. It's a cold and a very windy day here in Houston, and I just want to get this devotional with you before we leave. But just huge greetings to you all there back at home and around the world, wherever you're watching from. I hope you Norwegian people got home okay. Thanks for serving us so beautifully. I hear amazing reports of your stay with us back there in Port Shepstone. Thank you so much for coming to be a blessing on our side of the world. Yesterday we were talking about God's will having been broken. The will of God is to communicate and to connect with human beings. That's the reason He made you, is that He could have someone to love Him, someone that He could love and deeply connect with. But sadly, His will was shattered in the garden when Satan came along and he trashed everything. And then God's will turned into God's way, where God said, there is a way to get back to me, and there is a way that I will provide for me to be able to get to you. And that is actually through the way of the cross. Jesus came, died, buried, rose again, and because of the cross of Christ, we said yesterday, we get to be restored to God again. And that connection can, if you will do it, if you will allow it, if you will go with it, can be reconnecting you to God again. I want to talk just a little bit about this way. We had the will broken, then God said, not only is the will broken, but now I have a way that we can get back together again through the way of the cross. Now, everybody out there is trying to find a way back to God. People have been looking all down through the ages to find a way back to Him. The primary way that man has tried so hard to do is to become a better person, that God will maybe accept them back. And so we find people who are in bondage to this thing called the law. And they think that if they could just obey the law of God, if they could just, eke it out and strive to find it and strive to obey it and strive to be better, that God will accept them on the basis of their better behavior. And so for years, centuries, people have tried so hard to find different ways to get back to God by self-help, by being better, by following the law, by using guilt to motivate them to become the person that they think is going to be pleasing to God. People, you're always pleasing to God, but there's only one way to get back to Him, and that is the way of the cross. It's all very well to try the self-help route and to become a better person. I think a lot of us could become better persons. That would be a great thing. But it's not going to get you to heaven. It's not going to reconnect you to God. It's just probably a good thing for you to do, but it's not the way back to God. It may make you a better person, may make you a nicer person, but it's never going to do what only the cross can do. People, when Jesus hung upon that cross, previously He had said to the people, I am the way. And what He was saying is that my death upon a cross, my resurrection, and my new life that I plan to give to you is the only way to get to God. But the problem is, from our human perspective, is that it's just so simple. And we think, surely God is going to make it more complicated than that. We're the ones who have messed up. Let's absorb and take our responsibility, and we'll claw our way back through the law to get back to God. And we find that all that the law does, if you've tried that route, is to lay more guilt upon you, and it just doesn't work. God's heart goes out to you to say, you can try. You're never going to be good enough. You have to come via the way of the cross. So I say to you again today, this is worth emphasizing again. The way of the cross is the only way because it's God's way. And it's beautiful that God loved us enough, even though His will had been broken and His desire for connection with us was gone, He made a way. He told us about it. In the Old Testament, He prophesied this many times. And then Jesus came and became the way back to God. Now you're sitting and thinking, Trevor, you've said that in different words, 3 different types of ways of saying it. I'm saying it because it's true. And I hope that you will have found that Jesus is the only way back to the Father. And when you come to Him, pray to Him, repent to Him, and reconnect with Him. That's awesome. I hope you found that way. Forgive me for repeating myself, but isn't it worth repeating? But now I repeat it with a great sense of joy and expectation that you may have found that way as well. Have a great day, people. You are awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.